You guys also have an opinion on this next story. There's been all sorts of commentary about Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg going on paternity leave. Well, now a Silicon Valley venture capitalist is weighing in on the ongoing debate. So this is his tweet that has gone viral. It says, any man in an important position who takes 6 months of leave for a newborn is a loser. In the old days, men had babies and worked harder to provide for their future. That's the correct masculine response. Wow. Okay, Al. So you have 3 kids. What did you make when you? What did you think when you read that?
I haven't thought anything for all these years because I was waiting for the correct masculine response. Thank the Lord, this guy's here to tell me how to be masculine. You know, I shared with you yesterday during the commercial break. I was talking about this weekend. I was home with the boys, and you know, my oldest son was in the mall. Like, he's at the age where he can walk around the mall by himself, and my youngest son, who is on the spectrum, was nonverbal, was singing a song about tacos in the back, and I was crying in the rental car. Aww. Which would be the next name of my next comedy album. Yeah, but you know, it was a moment in time where I never felt more like a dad and more like a man. The idea that it just seems so outdated, Jeff, to leave your baby and your spouse alone to go make money. I think being there means something, and it will mean something over the course of time. Things are bigger than money. I think this is one of them.
I agree with you, but I think I want to ask, Tori, because you're into politics, the transportation secretary, should they, being a man, take off 6 months? And Sam, you own a small business. If you have 4 people working for you and it was the holidays and it's your busy season and I'm going to take 6 months off, would you let that person out of 4 take 6 months off?
I think it's different with, and then Tori, please chime in.
No, of course.
I think every situation has to be different, right? First of all, you look at our country, right? Every other country has mandated family leave, paternity and maternity. We have 0 in this country for maternity and paternity. Of course, every country tries to pick up the pieces, and they try and implement maternity leave.
Not country.
Company.
Far
more than any dad, which is unfortunate, and that's a double standard, and we need to get better at that. But I would love, as a company, for instance, I can't speak about our candle company because none of our employees have gone through pregnancy, but with our babysitter, we gave her and paid for her maternity leave.
Wow. That's awesome.
So we did not have to do that because it's not mandated, but that's the right thing to do, just like our company here does the right thing for us mothers when we take off time. So I think you got to use discernment. I think it's shameful, especially with Pete Buttigieg, when it's a gay couple. So it's what if one's the breadwinner? What if one's supposed to stay home? What if you just want to bond with your child? I think we have to look at every situation differently, but the fact that we're shaming him only speaks to the symptom in this country.
Yeah, we're puritanical about work in this country, and we don't seem to understand the need to be more productive when you actually bond with your child in a good way. Pete Buttigieg responded and said, for anyone who thinks I was just taking leave, I was working. That's hard work. It's blessed work. It's good work, but it's work. And they have 2 babies. So just because they didn't birth those babies doesn't mean it's not work. I get what you mean, though. Right now, infrastructure, the bill coming down, it's Christmas, it's Hanukkah. What are we going to do with the shipments? To me, a normal society takes 6 months. That's normal. We've just become so puritanical about work, that seems shocking to us. So I say look to every other civilized, developed country. Somehow they have figured it out. We have not.
What do you think as a dad, though, Jeff?
As a world-class dad. You're a world-class dad.
Oh,
you are.
Buddy.
That's a
Thanks.
sweet badge of honor.
He is.
I agree.
Well, I appreciate that. I saw what my wife went through, right? Full disclosure, everyone knows my wife had a C-section the first time, and not only was it devastating to her body, it was devastating to her mind, right? And luckily at that time, I didn't have a job, luckily and unluckily, that I was there to help raise our first son because she wasn't in the right state of mind. Our second son, right? I wish I was around a little bit more, but why people need time off is what happens to their body.
Yeah.
I could go back to work the next day if I needed to, but I want that bonding time, right? You need that bonding time.
Bonding time is just important as the body coming back.
And also
in my
sleep.
opinion.
In your opinion, but Yeah. We got it.
It's like Tori, you always say, it's a pie. It's a lot of things going on because it not only, yes, could you go to work theoretically? Yes. But that means now only one of you guys is staying up, bonding. There's going to be a lack of sleep. There's going to be a lack of communication. It's going to affect your relationship with the baby. It's going to affect
maybe you're a less productive worker.
Yes, you're not.
Yeah.
Your mind's going to be somewhere else.
Yeah.
So let's be honest about what's going on here and having a functional employee when they come back. If I have to let an employee go, when they come back to me, I want them to be whole and ready to work for me, not thinking about what their baby's doing.
Yeah, good conversation.